Time for takeoff.
Here to play with
Access denied. This is long overdue.
Go in! By royal decree. Let me amuse my look at me. Just...
What's up guys, Enigma Av here, and today we have Fischl, the Prinzessin der Verurteilung, soaring in with Oz. Not only is Fischl extravagant with every pose, but her kit is also something else. She is currently the best electro applier in the game thanks to her rapid application of electro damage thanks to Oz, and her C6. However, even at C0, she is an amazing unit.
The Prinzessin der Verurteilung shall wreak destruction and chaos among the evil minions that may lay forth their aura upon the world.
Fischl is an amazing support, who can serve as a main DPS. She is a hidden physical DPS, and thanks to her electro application, applying superconduct is extremely easy. She is a hidden star of the Sucrose Taser team thanks to her passive, which puts out more purple numbers than unique poses Fischl has.
The Prinzessin truly invokes her superior will onto the world, as any task is but a fleeting thought when pondered by the sovereign of Immanokite.
Fischl's constellations are all quite
Virtuous.
Her C1 is somewhat underwhelming, however, but it does find its place if you're using Fischl as a main damage dealer. When Oz is on the field, he will already attack alongside Fischl, so this only applies when Oz is off the field. Her C2 adds a bit of area of effect damage to her elemental skill, while her C4 does the exact same thing except for her elemental burst. Her C6 is what truly turns her into a monster. Every time that the present character attacks, Oz will attack alongside them. This really is her best constellation here.
These powers are fragments of the Prinzessin's impactful soul. Each of the stars that bring forth a halo of light shall destroy the very definition of evil and terror. For the Prinzessin der Verurteilung knows no dart to be untouched by the powers at my disposal.
Fischl has a few artifact options. If you're using Fischl as support, then her best set is going to be 2-piece Thundering Fury and 2-piece Gladiator or Shimenawa. Fischl scales really well with attack, so getting as much attack is important. You can also use 4-piece Thundering Fury because you'll get a nice boost to all of her reactions that she causes. She can't really utilize the skill cooldown reduction if she's being ran as a support, because this only applies when she's on field, so it may apply to the initial hit, but that's about it. If you're using Fischl as a main damage dealer, then she has a few options. You really want to boost her physical damage, so it's best to combine two sets that boost physical damage, and that's going to be 2-piece Bloodstained and 2-piece Pale Flame. And you also want to run a physical Goblet if you are using her as a main damage dealer. If you don't have 2-piece Pale Flame, like I don't, or you're missing Bloodstain, then you could still run 2-piece Gladiator along with any of the two that I mentioned earlier. 2-piece Thundering Fury also has its place here.
The Prinzessin der Verurteilung seeks not such fleeting concepts of mere artifacts. Thou hast the will to cause fear and devastation in the soul of any who may lay their gaze upon my Acht der Verurteilung.
Fischl has a few weapon options. For support, she really works well with Stringless, Viridescent Hunt, and the Alley Hunter. She can keep the full passive going for Alley Hunter really easily, and Stringless really boosts Oz's damage. For 5-star weapons, you can use Skyward Harp, Amos Bow, and also the Thundering Pulse. Thundering Pulse is probably her best option as far as 5-star weapons. For Fischl as the main DPS, her signature weapon is actually the 4-star weapon, Mitternacht's Waltz. It is a physical scaling bow that increases her elemental damage and normal attack damage by 20% at R1. However, I have not yet pulled a single copy of this weapon.
But worry not, For the Processant Deva Ertelung, sovereign of Imanakite, has already laid waste to the disasters of the world. With my left eye, the Ogdeva Ertelum, I see the threads of fate and have the power to weave such paths through mere touch.
She can also use the compound bow, the iridescent hunt, and the Hamayumi, the new Inazuma bow. For 5-star weapons, you can use the same 3 that I mentioned earlier, Skyward Harp, Amos Bow, and the Thundering Pulse. But the Thundering Pulse will probably have the edge as long as you have good crit rolls.
Subscribe, please, as my attendant has brought forth tremendous work to display my power to the public. He is but worthy of a simple click, as well as the like. Go on, you know what must be done. Do not let hesitation pen the inevitable.
Fischl literally fits in almost any team where extra damage is needed. Thanks to Oz, she can have constant off-field DPS. She also gives a ton of energy, and she's a perfect battery for any Electro character. I'll be focusing on her as a main DPS unit, however. She really wants super conduct, so Ganyu works really well in having 100% uptime with cryo application. If you don't have Ganyu, you can use Rosaria. Kaya also works here, and you could use Chung Yun as a last resort. Chi-Chi also works, but since this team does feature Bennett as well, you would kind of be overhealing at that point. Xingqiu also works really well with Fischl because you can proc constant electro charge, and because of his elemental skill, it will give Fischl a lot of interruption resistance. And the electro charge will also cause enemies to be briefly stunned. Bennett, as always, is the real boost to the team. Bennett allows each support minus Xingqiu to snapshot their burst for the most damage. He also boosts Fischl's damage by a ton.
For nothing is impossible when laid forth in front of thine Ogdea Veritulum. The Processant has brought the pinnacle of perfection to the bounds of mine feet, and now soars higher than any mere word can define.
The general rotation is simple as always. You can mix up the order, but I tend to start with Fischl's burst first to start triggering reactions. Then, you can follow with Xingqiu, since his burst can't be snapshotted, and with his Constellations, it lasts the longest. Afterwards, let Bennett set the stage for boosting the off-field burst damage of your supports. Now, the Processant can take the stage. Make sure to recast Oz inside Bennett's circle because it will be snapshotted again. As you attack, recast Oz when it does expire. Then, you can finally rotate to each of your units and can start the onslaught once again. It's important to use Fischl last because Oz only lasts about 12 seconds. However, if played correctly, you should be able to keep Oz up 100% of the time.
My retinue truly has become all the more powerful when in the presence of the Processant Deva Ertelum. Demise shall not escape my judgment, as every being who may bring fear to my subjects shall be struck down with thundering retribution.
Here's a rundown of everyone's artifacts used in this Abyss run. I used 2 different builds for Fischl in this case. One being her main DPS build, and the other being her build when utilizing the national team.
For the Processant Deva Ertelum has such versatility, options cease to establish a path of obstruction for thine path. Simply weaving the tapestry of fate allows any catechism to be met with ease of succession. Behold, it is time for the Processant Deva Ertelum to purge the darkness that lurks in the Abyss's corridors. With thine retinue present, the Processant's power reached the monuments of perfection. 'Tis but the curse, a plague set upon the powerful, to have to waste such immeasurable strength to the oppose of the wretches that wish to do harm to the Processant. Let thou thundering retribution bring forth devastation and destruction upon the insignificant scoundrels who dare challenge the mine will.
Let's let Fischl let loose.
Let me read you a verse. Rain.
Access denied. All hail.
How's this?
Let's light it up. I'm going.
Wings of darkness.
Feeling very high.
Let's light it up. Rain cutter. I let my guard down.
Blaze over.
Let's light it up. Everybody stand.
By royal decree. Born of ice and frost.
Witness the power of Gugwa. Know my soul. I'm going in.
For Rex Lapis. Shadow Raven.
Rain cutter. Everybody stand.
Right hand into the fire. Eat. Oz, reveal thyself. Boba, get them.
We go. Let me weave you. Let's light it up. Teamwork is
You're toast. Born of ice and frost.
Let's light it. Know my sword. Let me weave you a verse. Let's light it up.
This is long overdue. Next,
I'm going in.
by royal decree.
Witness the power of Gugwa. Rain outlines your fate.
Blaze over.
Let's light it up. Everybody stick.
Wings of darkness.
Know my sword. Rain outlines your fate. Let's light it up. I'm going in.
For Rex Lapis. Oz, reveal thyself.
Let's light it up.
Access denied.
Let's light it up. Teamwork is
As you wish.
Let's light it up. Know my sword. Rain cutter. Let's light it up. Teamwork is
Absorption test. Enhanced animal. Shadow Raven.
rain Rain outlines your fate.
The wrong test subject.
Let's light it up!
Another test subject.
Witness the power.
That team.
Off we go! Everybody stand!
Animal hyperstate.
As you wish, Mickey.
Let's light it up! No, my soul! Let me weave you. Let's light it up! Teamwork is...
Animal test 6308. Stand clear. Animal test 6308. Swirl. Mark. By royal decree.
The wrong test subject.
Out of my sight.
Let's light it up!
Flow through me.
Everybody stand!
Shadow Raven.
Rain cutter! Rain outlines your fate. Know my soul!
I can fix this. For Rex Lapis.
I'm going in!
Oz, reveal thyself. Midnight then.
Can no longer hold back.
All hail.
Let's light it up! Everybody stand!
I summon thee. By royal decree.
Rain outlines your fate.
Blaze over.
Let's light it up! Teamwork is...
Midnight Phantasm.
Witness the power.
All hail. Born of ice.
Let's light it up! Everybody stand!
Insubordination. Oz, reveal thyself.
Change of plans. Huh? Let me weave you up. Let's light it up!
Blaze over.
Let's light it up! Teamwork is...
Midnight then. Midnight Phantasm.
Rain outlines your fate. Witness the power. Everybody stand!
Eat this.
Let's light it up! Let's light it up! Teamwork is drip! Rain cutter, know my sword!
You're toast.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Let's light it up! Let's light it up! I'm going in! Witness the power of Gua. No, my... Let's light it up!
Eat this. By royal decree.
Let's light it up! Adventure time! Everybody stand back!
Right hand.
Rain cutter!
As you wish, me.
Fischl is quite the powerful character, and her viability as main DPS is really slept on. She does, however, thrive as a support. She is a battery, a great sub DPS, and even a great main DPS.
The Processant Urtulum truly embodies the power to dominate any obstacle laid out before mine everlasting gaze into the clutches of the abyssal torment of the monstrosities that are vanquished by mine arrow that shines true, yet envelops the darkness that plunges into an eternal void of agony and destruction.
In other words, Fischl, good. Thank you so much for watching as always. I'm currently trying to grow my channel, so a like and subscribe would be greatly appreciated. Please leave a comment down below if you have any questions as well. Until next time, Enigma out.